I can see the fake in your eyes. Real niggas gon' realize.
Oh, yeah.
Recognize. You gotta keep God by your side. I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas open fire. 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 Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas open fire. All my niggas open fire. Young niggas living in the sky. I've been pulling up in the ride. I've been pulling up outside. Young niggas starting with the glow. Shining niggas let a nigga know. I could never trust that hoe. Had to kick the bitch out the door. Cause I can see the snake in the grass. Money stacked hard as a rat. I don't give a fuck where you at. We can meet it right on the set. Cause I can see the bitch in your eyes. Pussy niggas dressed in disguise. Cause real niggas gon' realize. Real niggas going to the sky. I can see the snake in your eyes. I can see the fake in your eyes. Real niggas gon' realize. Real niggas gon' recognize. You gotta keep God by your side.
Boy,
I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas on fire. I can see the snake in your eyes. I can see the fake in your eyes. Real niggas gon' realize. Real niggas gon' recognize. You gotta keep God by your side. I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas open fire. 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 Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas open fire.
Yeah. There's gonna be an episode of Boomsticks and Freedom Seed. Let's talk. We gotta get down to business, y'all. A lot of stuff is down the pipeline. Uh, I'm gonna just show what y'all need to see. You're not realizing a lot of new stuff. See, what I'm going through. Of course.
She's unapologetically dogmatic in her ideals and thinks anyone who doesn't agree with her ideals is evil. Not only that, she has a massive platform that she uses to give just enough information to her audience to make them feel like they know everything, while gaslighting anyone she doesn't agree with, like she does in this clip.
This was supposed to be a show of force and unity, and you weren't there. Explain it. Yeah, I think we also had very real security concerns as well. As you mentioned earlier, we still don't yet feel safe around other members of Congress.
You really think that colleagues of yours in Congress may do you dirty?
Yeah, well, one just tried to bring a gun on the floor of the House today. I believe it was Representative Andy Harris of Maryland. He tried to bring in a gun onto the House floor. For individuals who don't know, guns are not allowed in the District of Columbia, and certainly the House floor is there are separate House rules that prohibit the bringing in of firearms. Now, these are rules that date back to the Civil War, and these are individuals that are trying to sneak firearms either illegally or in direct violation of House rules. Why does a member of Congress need to sneak a gun to the House floor?
Do you think they're bringing it in there because they want to protect all of you from, insurrectionists like we saw a couple of weeks ago? Or do you think there really is a chance that you may be the enemy?
Well, here's what I'll say. The moment you bring a gun onto the House floor in violation of rules, you put everyone around you in danger. It is irresponsible, it is reckless, but beyond that, it is in violation of rules. You are openly disobeying the rules that we have established as a community, which means that you cannot be trusted to be held accountable to what we've decided as a community. And so I don't really care what they say their intentions are. I care what the impact of their actions are. And the impact is to put all 435 members of Congress in danger. He tried to hand off his gun to another member who didn't have a license.
Oh, no.
And any responsible gun owner knows that you don't just hand off your gun to another individual. You have to clear it, etc. And that just goes to show, it doesn't matter what your intention is. If you are irresponsible, if you are trying to break rules, you're trying to sneak a firearm onto the floor of the House. I don't care if you accidentally set it off. I don't care if you intentionally set it off. I don't care if you don't set it off at all. You are endangering the lives of members of Congress. And it is absolutely outrageous that we even have to have this conversation.
Reckless, irresponsible. The Capitol, which is arguably one of the most sacred and guarded places in the country, was just breached. It shouldn't shock anyone that members of Congress want to carry a firearm. This isn't new. People in Congress have been carrying firearms into the Capitol for decades. There's literally a law that allows people in Congress to carry a firearm into the Capitol. However, not being able to carry on the House floor is not a law. It is simply a rule, a House rule that, honestly, you can't blame people for wanting to break when they just had a few days ago people who stormed the very place where they're not allowed to carry a gun for protection. And no one in Congress is trying to kill you. And the fact that you would even remotely insinuate this is disgustingly disingenuous. I get so tired of this notion that anyone who carries a gun does so because they want to kill someone. We have over 400 million guns in this country and over 8 million concealed weapon permit holders. Yet there are less than 10,000 gun homicides a year, with the vast majority of those homicides being drug and gang related, committed with guns obtained illegally. If concealed weapon permit holders were the problem, trust me, you would have heard about it by now. For crying out loud, statistics show that on average, concealed carry permit holders are more law-abiding than government police. So this notion that you fear for your life because people in Congress carry a gun for protection is nothing more than gaslighting from the same woman who proposed making a list of people who strongly supported Trump so that you can cancel them, which makes a stronger argument for why you probably shouldn't be trusted. However, I will give you this. I can see how you may have a concern for a gun accidentally going off on the House floor. But if you actually knew anything about responsible gun ownership and not just use it as a talking point to attack gun ownership, you know that there's no such thing as a gun going off accidentally. If a gun goes off unintentionally, it's due to negligence. And that negligence can be substantially decreased with simple firearm safety education. So instead of trying to vilify colleagues in Congress for exercising their constitutional right, how about using this instance to create a law or program that teaches basic firearm safety on a national level? Unintentional gun deaths are actually exceedingly low. It's like less than 10% of gun deaths. So imagine how much lower we could make it if we prioritized actual gun safety education instead of gun control laws masquerading as gun safety. Then you would actually be saving lives. Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can help do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and clicking the bell.
But yeah, man. Things are getting serious, you know. Showing y'all a few things that's going on right now. It's a few talking points that's being said. Once we move off of the Trump bandwagon, lack of a better word, lack of better terms, it's not really moving off of anything because conservative views at the end of the day. So to keep it true, let me see, where do I want to start? Because okay. I'm trying to start off by these gun legislations coming down the pipeline now. That's what I'm trying to start.
Research tools.
On the anniversary of the shooting in Tucson, Arizona, the shooting where Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords was seriously wounded, Joe Biden put out a statement where he said, "As president, I pledge to continue to work together with Congresswoman Giffords, with survivors, families, and advocates across the country to defeat the NRA and end the epidemic of gun violence in America." Truth be told, I'm all for finding a way to end gun violence as long as it's constitutional. However, what I have a problem with is a man who's supposed to become the president of a country that has the right to bear arms enshrined in its constitution, saying he's going to defeat the largest defender of that very right. Could you imagine if Joe Biden said he was going to defeat the NAACP and end the epidemic of racial inequality in America? You would think Joe Biden was a Looney Tune, but here he is saying he's going to defeat the largest Second Amendment organization in the country, and no one outside of gun owners has a problem with it. The NRA is an organization that protects a constitutional right, and Joe Biden is declaring war against it. And you want to know why? Because Joe Biden thinks you're stupid. When Joe Biden says he's going to defeat the NRA, he's really talking about defeating you. Say what you want about the NRA, but their entire purpose for existing is to stop the government from encroaching on your Second Amendment rights. Million are only 0.01% of the population, and that's as guest list. So our form of democracy is going to be a little messy, if not slightly chaotic. Yet and still, we are the most powerful country on the planet. And as far as I'm concerned, I want to keep it that way. President Joe Biden, I've never met you, so I can't say I don't like you personally, but I can say I am not a fan of you politically. And that's okay, because I'm sure you've seen the multitude of videos I've done about you over the years. And I'm sure you're not a fan of me either. That being said, because I love this country so much, I want to see you succeed as president. I want to see you make this country better. And you said it yourself. You pledged to be a president for all Americans, that you will work just as hard for those Americans who didn't vote for you as you will for those who did. And I want to believe you. I really do.
You really
But
do.
I have to call, because throughout your entire campaign, all I've heard you say is this.
Barney John R. Street, and I want to tell you, if I'm elected and I'm coming for you and gun manufacturers, I'm going to take you on and I'm going to beat you. I'm the only one who's done it.
How are you supposed to be president of all Americans when you're threatening to defeat the largest Second Amendment organization in the country that is comprised of 5 million gun owners? How are you supposed to be the president of all Americans when you're threatening to destroy the gun industry that's responsible for employing 312 million people? Well over 30% of Americans in this country own a gun, and over 40% live in a household with a gun. And just in 2020 alone, we had
I
nearly
only
5
want to
million first-time gun buyers,
I
many
only
of whom
want
voted for you. The National African American Gun
I'm gonna
Association
beat
has
the
gained over
NRA.
30,000
Get the hell
members
out of
in
here.
less than 5 years, and close to 90% of black voters voted for you. So
Thank
when
you.
you talk about defeating the NRA or defeating the gun manufacturers or defeating this gun organization or this gun group, you're not talking about a faceless organization. You're talking about defeating and destroying American people. Because I love this country so much and only want the best for the people of this country, I want to wish you the absolute best over the next 4 years of your
Exactly.
presidency. And I pray that you do everything in your power to make America even better than it already is. However, I read your plan to end gun violence, and it doesn't even come close to representing gun owners and their 2A rights. Everything in your plan was for the anti-gun lobby and organizations. There are over 17 million AR-15s in this country, and is the most popular rifle bought by Americans. Yet your main point in your plan to end gun violence is to ban AR-15s, and then force the gun owners that already have them to sell them back to you. For decades, the debate over the Second Amendment has been nothing more than a media orchestrated dog and pony show. There has never been an honest and real conversation on the issue. You didn't even bother talking to us gun owners. We all want to solve gun violence just as much as
Oh
anyone
no.
else. Hell,
How's it going?
Oh man, I'm just enjoying the off day.
There you go. Good for you. So what's your well, I think I saw a couple of lines earlier today. But it seems like the QA is always on the docket.
Yep, it's buzzing every day, every week right now. I'm
So
trying to get
what's this guy's name?
Bukovi on the one.
Okay, yeah. So is he on YouTube or is he on another platform?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's on pretty much everything. But he's been silenced lately because they tried to gunman what did he say? Lobbyist groups that financial groups that help finance and support lobbyist groups that in turn support these gun manufacturing industries. They sent an email out quoting that him, along with all the other famous YouTuber content creators for the Second Amendment community, distance themselves from these guys because they're bad. They're bad because they're somehow that their speech based on Second Amendment laws is directly tied to the Capitol situation. So yeah, I was looking for the video. That's
Okay, what I'm gonna do is, as they say, I'm gonna let that soak in.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how they just twisted that, but it's like, yeah, it's virtual reality. It's insane. I never thought we live in a world that they could just create a story how they feel.
Yep, not a good situation. Not very good at all. Because I kind of thought that was him because the name was a little bit unique compared to some of the others. I'm not following him, but I think at least I've seen some of the videos. I think he was pretty popular at one time, or he still is. But what's the guy? Guns and Gadgets?
Guns and gadgets, guns and gear. You got Yeah, you got a few guys. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put up Guns and Gadgets. But you got Guns and Gadgets and Guns and Gear. They're two different guys. They're both on the list. Being doubts and
Guns
being
and
doubts.
Gadgets, Guns and Gear.
Yeah, Guns and Gadgets and Guns and Gear. Like, yeah, they put me on
That's a lot of
guns.
that's the
It's a lot of guns. It's a lot of G.
that's the G unit. Now, what is it? The G? I don't know. I've been watching too much Tatum George. I mean,
Tatum George, huh?
I've been watching too many on the Tatum report because he was saying that he was at what was it Scottsdale Range or something on one of his last streams, but he did mention that he thought that the country needed something with the. He's like, yeah, we need a G. And okay, I'm getting it wrong right now. So I was trying to add the G element to what I was saying, but I missed it.
Hey, it's okay. You got close.
I'm going to retreat.
We candid on that one. But,
Everybody is feeling some kind of a squeeze. You know, I think even the wokest, I think it's going to happen pretty quickly.
oh yeah, the Walkers and Walker, they feeling it.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen, really quickly actually. So yeah, but everything is like, what was it that I had heard that the gas has already jumped. So I'm gonna check that out. I mean, I think it's probably like three.
He wants to change that. He wants to change our trade deals. He wants to do everything. He's signing things and saying out loud, I don't even know what I'm signing. It's embarrassing as a real president. This never happened. But
I also think that's part of the.
For the record,
I think every now and then he speaks a little bit of truth, just haphazardly. He's.
I mean, even the crooked clock is right twice a day. So. You know.
Yikes.
Need that cricket clock, It's just.
I don't know. I mean, it's like all I can do is kind of laugh. So it's like,
I still wish the best for him. I mean, I'm not a loser. I wish the best for him. I'm not a sore loser. Who wouldn't wish the best for him? He's there. Whoever's there, I still wish the best for him. But it is what it is. I mean.
I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, you've been a YouTuber for a while now, and you've been talking about 2A for a long time.
Yeah, that's how I got started. I got started.
I was actually going to do a stream, but I just couldn't get it together. Sometimes I'm finding it, it's better to watch other people's. Let me just support some of these other people right now. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you see, you asked me, you was like, how come I'm not seeing him for a minute? I'm like, that's because I'm soaking everything in.
Yeah,
support y'all. So by the time I get back out there, I'm not just rehearsing something that we all just saying over and over again. I'm putting out a different perspective inside of a common ground that we can all come together and talk about. Even if you disagree, I mean, I do have some people that disagree, but they do try to get on it. I'm trying to get them used to this talking on live or whatever you call it. But yeah, I mean, I got some people that want to come on here. That honestly, they're like how I used to be before I got on here. and I was watching you guys, and I was just trying to
What are you talking about?
peel it on in, fill it on out, and then I said, you know what? Hey, might as well go live with that.
You've been yourself the whole time. I don't think you were ever trying to be like, I would say just be yourself. Just you'll serve people a lot better when you're just being yourself, and sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes it's hard to just be, because you've seen so many people on with channels or with platforms, and how do I do that? Yeah, so I don't want to try to be like anybody else specifically. I just want to make sure that I try to do whatever I'm doing. Yeah, do what I do the way I do it, and then it just kind of comes out hopefully for the best. But you've gotten a lot more. You're not a shy personality. You're not. I can see that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just I like to learn as far as everything. Sure, everything as far as even the technical stuff. I like to get stuff the way I want to see it, start perfecting it. So if I get my if I start chopping it up and we go from 2 hours to an hour of two subjects, then I could put more content out, but then I'll have to do more editing if I'm gonna do it that way. But I've been looking at several different ways to do it. If I do a few 30 minutes, if I do 2 30 minutes, or 3 of them or whatever, but I still encompass the subjects, cut them up or whatever. But along the way, we're gonna get it there. Cause it's funny because most of us, we put out the same amount of time as each other. It'd be an hour, 2 hours, but we all hitting some of the topics, and it all encapsulates the same thing that we're talking about. That's the funny thing about it. No matter if it's me or you, Tatum, Lockhart Perspective, anybody. I mean, sure, at least, Derek C. Williams. It really don't matter. We all hit the same. We all hitting all these subjects as long as we get the content out and then give them to everybody so they can have their perspective. We like I said, we're gonna beat what we call the mainstream news. It's not necessarily.
We are the news.
Yeah, pretty much.
You turn on the
Just give you the information.
same things. If you
Yeah.
turn those on.
Yeah. And then they have no dialogue. They tell you what you want to know, and you can't call back on them and ask them, "Hey, let's have a conversation about, I don't agree." Okay, if you don't agree, then let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this.
They don't even really act as if they don't want dialogue even amongst their co-hosts. When they have it, you can see right away that they are deliberately trying to show you two different arguments very poorly. They don't do very well. They don't do very well supporting their own cases, but you can see right away that they're really not trying to they're not trying to be in a different place by the end of it. It's just, let me get everything out. And that's why the masses are kind of the same way. They don't argue well because look at the example. Have you seen Lemon and Cuomo?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
Jesus Christ.
Actors.
Oh my God. I'm definitely gonna talk about that. I got a video for that. Oh my God. They just put on a show. Like, oh my God. They put on the show for your boy Biden. Because he's in office now. So, it's just like, the lights that are gazing out upon the White House, like his arms just pouring out for our love and just God. Jesus Christ.
That
I
was her
never in my
day.
life. Oh,
I
that's
heard
so.
somebody else say that, and I was just thinking.
That's
So I
just,
really can we
ah.
find that clip? Can you find that?
I'm gonna get close enough, but that's garbage.
That was
This is
crazy.
crazy. It's like his love just pouring out into the world.
Can you find that clip? Because I didn't believe it when I heard that. So his arms are the blue arms are the blue arms, right?
I'm gonna try to find it 1 second, but oh my god, that's just
Because I just thought this is
lights. We just said the lights at the memorial. The lights at the memorial were blasting out like his arms, his love for the country. Like,
wait. At the memorial. That was the Lincoln Memorial, I presume. That's very bad.
yeah, that was the Lincoln Memorial. It was either the Lincoln Memorial or the Washington Memorial. Those are the only two memorials that's right there by the Capitol.
See, it's so ridiculous. Somebody should have come back with it by now. Oh my god, is it on PBS?
It might be. I'm everybody made a repost of that. That's like that was
I
everybody.
haven't. Oh my god! Somebody has already made one, and it's got like the blue lights shining like this.
I just love just Jesus Christ.
I gotta see it. I gotta see this one for myself. Maybe I should try to share this one. See if I
Yeah,
can
try to share it. Try to share it. You know, I'm down.
found it on the phone. So let
If
me
you
see.
find it before me, then we in the game. You know.
Oh my gosh! Hold on. Everyone, stay seated.
It's just too funny.
Let me go into the history on it real quick. I'll find it. But hopefully it has audio. Hopefully it has somebody doing the narration on it.
Yeah, pretty much. You know.
I need to hear the context of it. I guess it has to be because somebody made this thing. It's one thing to get the visual, but then it's another for me to get. I need the context of what they were saying. So here we go. Wait a minute. This wasn't 9/11, right?
No, no. What they trying to do? A reference? No. It was. It was.
It just showed. It just here. This is it. I don't know if you have the audio. Maybe that's not the right one. That's not right. Oh my God, this is the wrong one. Clearly, this is not it. Did you take over? Okay, let's see. Okay, somebody said Biden's blue arms. Maybe I put that in.
You said his. Yeah, you said his blue arms. I just said his love stretching out. You know, stretching out for the country. I mean, I was trying to find it myself. A few people made a post on it. Let me see.
Yes, I think I'm missing it here. I think I'm sincerely missing it here. Here, I can pull mine out because this is not it. This is what happens when I'm trying to share something. And who was covering that? Was it CNN or MSN?
Everybody. That's what I was. Everybody.
And was this an inauguration or what?
It was
What?
right. It was right after. It was. Yeah. It was on the day of the inauguration. Day of the inauguration. Love pouring out.
Damn, this sounds like this is such a joke. Is this a joke? What are you gonna call it? Arms of the Memorial?
I mean, hey, whatever way you want to mix it. I mean, you could just say Inauguration Day response. I mean,
It's 6 days ago. That would be the 20th.
For just $67,
Yeah, I'm
you
sorry
can
about
make as
the
many
doodles.
videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any
Let's see if I can.
Thank you, Cardinal Gregory, for that beautiful prayer.
Let me try to find this. Just so is it one of? Is it? I don't want to. I really don't know if you want to hear that whole thing. You want to just.
man, different shows, yeah.
Gosh, what's it? Is I would imagine they would probably do that at the end, right? Perhaps. Okay, maybe let's see what this says. Is
say hi to the troops or any of the other things he could have. And he's not the commander. Acknowledging.
Okay, so let's see. Let's find the blue arms. Wait.
That's why we're here.
Okay, hold on.
In dusk. Reflection.
Okay, I think maybe this would be my idea of finding it in context, but we'll see. Let me put it like this. As my brother and I used to say, "Don't make me laugh."
It's just so striking, Wolf. The pandemic has been raging since February or March of 2020, and this is the first moment we have experienced as a nation coming together to mourn and to acknowledge the loss for more than
those are lights that are together.
Lives, not to mention millions of Americans who have been affected.
The lights.
Health problems
are pouring out for his loud.
And this is the first moment that we, as the United States of America, are acknowledging that on a national level. And Abby, it
may be the first time that you're acknowledging that.
Important and significant that Joe Biden, the president-elect, he touches down at Joint Air Base Andrews. He doesn't even get saluted because he's not the president yet. He's not the commander-in-chief. And yet his first stop is to memorialize those Americans who have lost. He has lost. He didn't go to Blair House.
Get him out of your mouth.
Say hi to the troops.
I just want to hear the blue arm stuff. I don't want to hear
this moment.
I don't want to hear
blue arm stuff. Oh my God!
Now, but it should not be remarkable that a president, someone who would be,
and here they are right now, gaslighting in the middle of it.
Exactly. That was the point I was trying to make. They're going to do that the entire time until they get to that little statement.
Not making this a moment about self-aggrandizement, but a moment.
She can't even get her words together.
Its own
self-aggrandizement. Open them dictionaries just to speak.
It's a reminder of the sacrifices that doctors and nurses across the country are still making today as we sit in the depths of the pandemic.
You see
and
how
so it is a symbol, I think, of what Biden
Where's the blue arm?
And his administration
Where's the blue man?
would like to do.
The blue man, the little blue man.
It's no longer about a man sitting in the White House, but it's about what the man sitting in the White House will do for you. And will do
and what will he do
that you're facing. And I think that's so important because we have been dealing with exactly the opposite of that. The mirror image, as you said earlier, Jake.
See, this is how you know this is not authentic. If it's really all about him, why are you talking about somebody else?
Crowds for himself.
Why let him have his moment? If it's his moment and he earned it, like you said he did, why are you taking people back down the other road?
Showing American greatness to itself and reflecting that, and not just focusing on the person in the White House.
And Abby, you mentioned earlier how many historic moments have happened at that memorial that we're looking at right now, the Lincoln Memorial.
In 10 days.
The country right now
exactly
has been as divided as
It's so divided. You sparked the division.
Wait a minute. Let me just put a lid on these. They're almost done. Let me see if
there is so
it's
much
got
symbolism
50 more
in
seconds.
not just going there to commemorate.
They ain't talking about the lights.
The hundreds of thousands of people who died.
They ain't talking about the lights that's shining through the whole country. Because his arms is just giving us a big old love hug.
At the beginning, when he was first in the primary,
I just wanted to see that for myself,
talking about
but I haven't
need
heard.
for
I want to
healing,
see
the
that.
need for unity, and here he is beginning to come full
Oh,
circle.
and here he is
I
making
help but think about,
appearances and
as we
doing
heard,
all the things that
amazing
Trump
rendition.
never did.
How many different ways you can take that,
Here
and
he
how many
is
people
doing-
out there are hearing hallelujah and thinking
What
that
did
is
she
not
say?
just about coronavirus,
Hallelujah.
is about
Yes.
the changing of the guard here.
This is they're worshiping God on this.
They've never been so God-fearing till now.
Well, they definitely are God changing a man and a woman.
Oh yeah. I can't even. Some of that stuff is just.
It's just I never thought in my life I would ever see that on any kind of cinema. It's just disgusting. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to bash anybody else's religion. We just don't do that over here. It's not American.
Jay said this is the Love Channel, ladies and gentlemen. I come in the name of love and blue arms.
And blue arms stretching out all over the country because we love it. And it doesn't matter what we do, it matters what we say. Before we start talking and laughing like we're Kamala Harris.
I tell you, I'm going back to the 80s. I'm like, this is like the blue man shines over Washington Monument.
Right. The little blue man.
Ay. Yeah, that was way heavy. But I'm gonna look for it because I want to know which one of these knows put that out there.
Yeah, you want to see it so bad. Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
You guys are reaching real.
It's a zinger.
And when you ran out of arms, you started looking for the blue man in his arms.
Yep, that's how it worked.
Yikes.
I might have found it. Let me see. I think I found it. CNN loves Joe Biden. It was about 5 days ago. I guess the day after the inauguration.
Yeah, I'm in no man's land. I don't have the juice anymore on these streets.
Yeah, I think this is it.
The ABL. Leave it to ABL.
Yes. Here we go.
Wait, I don't hear any sound.
Oh, you don't hear no sound?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, let me fix that.
See, when I come on live television, I have to put on earrings.
President, and hopefully he does well, because when he does well, we do well. I expected that kind of a neutral, generic, basic reaction. I did not expect what Chris Wallace did, which was way above and beyond the Call of Duty. Now, before I take it down the rabbit hole with me, let's go ahead and roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see and hear what Chris Wallace had to say. After we get done with that, I'll talk about what he said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep, detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Martha, I thought it was a great speech. I've been listening to these inaugural addresses since 1961. John F. Kennedy, Ask Not. I thought this was the best inaugural address I ever heard. Obviously, a lot of this event today, a lot of the president's speech was colored by the emotion of the fact that exactly 2 weeks ago, 14 days ago, there was a mob of thugs, of insurrectionists, of domestic terrorists on the inaugural stand, and Joe Biden was saying that democracy prevailed. We were able to get through that, and he was talking about how we need to get through that in the future if we are going to be a united country. He talked about white supremacy, domestic terrorism. He said we must confront it. We will defeat it. My whole soul is in this, uniting our people.
I know, evil man.
I think it was
My whole
less
soul
an inaugural address and more
I'm a demon
part
now.
sermon, part pep talk, talking directly to the American people, saying, hear me out. We have a right to dissent peacefully, but...
And that's one thing I just got to pause and say. Positive or negative, if you just say the few words, your whole soul is in something, that's not attractive. It doesn't turn anybody on to want to follow you unless they want to follow your soul. So I don't give a dang if that's I don't give a dang if your soul was of God or the devil. Just saying that don't turn nobody on. That don't turn me. I don't go. Oh man, I wanna follow you. I don't. It's creepy. One. I think if you got a brain, you connect it to your brainstem. It's creepy. It's creepy. I put my whole soul into this, and I'm about to be 80 years old. like seriously. Are we thinking? Are we thinking as a country? That's it.
We didn't know you had a soul.
Pretty much. I mean, when you were younger, you said by the time you're this age, you'll be gone mentally. And you're right. Your whole soul is into this, not your mind.
Our disagreement must not lead to disunion. It was a call to our better angels, a call saying, look, we've got tremendous challenges, COVID, the economy, racial injustice, climate change, but there's nothing we can't do if we come together. And there's one other thing he said that I think, especially us in the media, must know.
It looks like they're walking in the Pope's office.
That there is truth and there are lies. Lies that are told for power and lies that are told for profit. And I think that it was a call to all of us, whether it's us on the air, on cable or broadcast, whether it's us on social media, on our Twitter accounts, understanding that we have to deal from facts, from the truth, to hear each other out, as he said, a right to disagree, but not a right to violence. This is the easy part. As has been suggested, now he's got to turn words, rhetoric into reality and action. But I thought it was a great...
Now I get it. Lies that were told for that. Thank you for telling me a little. You were right.
I'm sorry. I want to quote Nas on this. I want to go back to I can't even think of the name of the tune, but I can think of. He talked about.
Shit, Nas. Oh man, you talking some good stuff. Oh yes. Come on, that's true. You talking about truth.
I'll get to it in just a second.
Okay. Cool.
Hang on. I'll probably put myself on mute. Let me find this track.
Talking wisdom.
Get you struck here, but I'm like, because he does it so smoothly. It's like he's just so smooth with these days, and you just it's like, wait a minute,
he's smooth with the Jews, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
put a bug in the ear you didn't even know. You was just a groove. Thought it was the beat.
Now I'm just scrolling right through here. I know it's here. Come on. And it's on the classic. It's a classic too. It's not. Hang on a second. Hold on. I'll get it. Just 1 second. Hold on.
Oh, it's cool. You good? Like you said, truths are told with what I don't know what the heck you just said, but it was so profound. I'm like, oh, you said one truth of this whole daggone
violence. This is the easy violence. You have to deal from facts, from the truth, to hear each other out, as he said, a right to disagree, but not a right to violence. This is the easy part, as has been suggested. Now he's got to turn words, rhetoric into reality and action. But I thought it was a great start.
All right, you heard
on the air, on cable. Another thing he said that I think, especially us in the media, must know. He said that there is truth and there are lies. Lies that are told for power and lies that are told for profit. And I think
there we go. Lies that are told for power and lies that are told for profit. Damn, that's just the only real thing I can take away from the whole thing. It's like they couldn't help but sneak in a little bit of truth, even though most of that stuff was about lies. Lies that are told for profit and lies that are told. Did you find it? Okay. Mute yourself. Lies that are told for profit.
I think that it was a call to all of us, whether it's us on the air, on cable or broadcast, whether it's us on social media, on our Twitter accounts, understanding that we have to deal from facts, from the truth, to hear each other out, as he said, a right to disagree, but not a right to violence. This is the easy part, as has been suggested. Now he's got to turn words, rhetoric into reality and action. But I thought it was a great start.
All right, you heard that, you saw that. Now, this was really ridiculous, really out of control. Chris Wallace, come on, sir. Come on. I understand you don't like Trump. You might even hate Trump. You might be considered a never-Trumper. Maybe you're on the Lincoln Project with the rest of them guys over there with, Kellyanne Conway's husband, whatever his name is. Maybe you're with them. I understand. I get it. But the best inauguration speech ever, really, that you ever heard? So better than JFK, better than Reagan, better than Trump, better than Obama? Really? Come on. One thing about Obama, regardless of what,
he was
bad
smooth.
president, bad policies,
we're not lying.
failed presidency, in my humble opinion, regardless of what you want to say about Obama, is that you can't take away that he was a smooth speech reader. Probably one of the best speech readers ever. Okay. Now, notice I didn't say public speaker. That's a difference, because when you're just talking off the cuff, he does not do that very well. But when it comes to just reading a sheet of paper or a teleprompter, he's one of the best. He's one of the top guys I've ever heard in my life, being able to read.
All right, here we
go.
That's
what Joe Biden.
I think we got it.
Here it is. Here it is.
Here we go.
He's talking about. He says. Of course, he's talking about, that whole crack epidemic in the 90s. He's talking about, he's saying, people aiming guns at all of his baby pictures before Halloween police release scriptures that's maybe Hitler's. Like, you read, Chris Wallace is
maybe Hitler.
And calling it poetry. Oh, he said this is for profit instead of for prosperity and not for profit. Lies are told.
Right.
So, like, what are you doing? Your Hitler scriptures and calling that a win or inspirational?
Of course. Welcome to the Gulags.
That's all right. Well done, Nas.
I mean, hey, he was above his time.
Very much.
That
is a classic. Absolute, like it's that's a good one for the drive home. A good drive. A good tune for the drive home.
Oh yes, I mean, hey,
all the way.
That's one of the people. That I guess. I see why we relate so much. You click on the same artist that I clicked on growing up, and I grew up as a millennial, but not saying you didn't. But my point is, as far as the artists that I liked Nas's and in certain areas. I mean,
but I
say certain areas. I did. I like the Nas's, the Jay-Z's, the KRS ones in the older days, but the Nas's, Jay-Z's, you know, the real lyricists, people that was able to put a story together with a real foundation for not just walking around, just shooting them up and banging. It's other perspectives of rap that people needed to get. We talking about living better, finance. We talking a whole bunch of myriad of things, traveling, just, you know, whatever, being a king. It don't even matter, you know, a different perspective.
That's true. That's true. Well, you know, it's there's always a story within a story in those lyrics.
And speaking of rap, I found the music video that I was in when I was doing my little acting. I'm gonna show it in a couple minutes, but I was just letting you know that.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. I kind of got that in. I kind of got that in. Hit the bell for me.
Yep, hit the bell. Hell.
Yeah, in fact, that's something that I should add to my own show. I'm gonna hit the bell when somebody lands something. Ding ding.
Yep, ding. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell for service. Or either we'll get the big one. We'll get the bell with the cord on it, an old school bell, and ring that one.
All right, yeah, I'm about to show that one real quick. But yeah, guys, I used to do acting. I used to shoot videos. I did a whole bunch of other things, you know. I mean, you got to be versatile in these times. You never know. Never know who may want to pick you up. And I'm not talking about Hollywood. Thank you.
All right, I didn't say that.
You know, because
I didn't give you the Hollywood spin.
yeah, Hollywood want to pick up anybody. No matter who you are, as long as you're of color and of a minority. But all right, let's get it. This is I'll let you guys know who is me, because obviously you'll know. That's not me, obviously.
Is this one of your videos?
This is a video I was in. I was an actor in this video.
All right, let me.
I was the guy. This is me. That's me, the guy with the gun that's walking behind him, trying to sneak up on him.
With Rapunzel.
I was creeping up on him. I was the snake in your eye.
Real niggas gon'
coming behind me.
You gotta keep God by your side. I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas.
If you listen to the lyrics, it says you gotta keep God by your side. You gotta keep the rod by your side. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what it is.
I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas off the fire.
Cause if somebody cross that line,
all my niggas off the fire. All my niggas off the fire. All my niggas
you
off the
know?
fire. All my niggas off the fire. All my niggas off the fire. Cause if a nigga cross that line,
so Nipsey Hussle in the sky.
All my niggas open fire. Young niggas living just to die. I've been pulling up in the ride. I've been pulling up outside. Young niggas starting to glow. Shining niggas let a nigga know. I could never trust that hoe.
Don't trust these females out here that just want your money.
Money stack tall, just a rap.
I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck where you at. We can meet it right on the set. Cause I can see the bitch in your eyes. Pussy niggas dressed in disguise. Cause real niggas don't realize. Real niggas going to the sky. I can see the snake in your eyes. I can see the fake in your eyes. Real niggas don't realize. Real niggas gon' recognize. You gotta keep God by your side. I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas on fire. I can see the snake in your eyes. I can see the fake in your eyes. Real niggas don't realize.
You see the snake in your eyes.
You gotta keep God by your side. I gotta keep the rod by my side. Cause if a nigga cross that line, all my niggas on fire. 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 All my niggas on fire.
Then I come behind him. and the gun jams. It don't work. Why? Because it's covered by the blood of Jesus. Oh, I'm saying?
Right.
But
I'm going to have to sign off here in a little bit. But that was interesting, and
oh yeah, that was years ago. Yeah.
I don't know. So I will stay tuned on your channel and see what else you're coming up with. What's going on with your merch? Do you have any more, or what do you?
I mean, I got mugs and t-shirts right now, but I guess the weather is going to change pretty soon.
Is it a short sleeve? Is it a short sleeve shirt?
Well, yeah, my short sleeve shirts and mugs. So I mean, I can't get the long sleeve shirts. They just cost a little bit more, but that's about it.
Well, even the stores are shutting down their long sleeve stuff. So if you have short, you'd probably just keep those. Maybe get the long sleeves next time. But I don't know. It's merch is not cheap to get. It's like
No, not at all. That's one thing people don't understand. They think, oh, a lot of people who join the conservative community. A lot of people got merch, they got stuff. We making money, but it's not cheap if you don't have a fan base.
You get a whole bunch, and then you end up getting stuck with like $500 or $1,000 in merch.
You ought to give it to a vendor to sell. But man, you find out what you could do. If you could do it, you could do it. If you get a friend to push it off and be a vendor, do that too. That's another advice for anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur and not depend on the government. So, that's just some small business owner advice. You'll definitely get the money due to these times. And if you didn't get the stimulus package money as a small business owner, small business loan or whatever, you can file stuff like that on your taxes. So, but I guess that's all we got for now. I'll see you guys in a few, but I'm going to go ahead and log off. Not try to make this an extremely long one, but appreciate everybody for joining. Like, follow, share, and subscribe to me and Black Spring with Honor.
Bye.